Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is Jayzan. This is Rogue's Tale. This is what's Rogue's Tale. This is me explaining what, in my words, this game is. Rogue's Tale is a roguelike game by Epics.org. Yes, Epics.org. I'm pretty sure it's just a one-man game studio. Um, Rogue's Tale is a pretty challenging roguelike game. There's a pretty wide variety of challenges in rogues like games, like for instance Rogue Legacy or Dungeons of Dreadmore, being some of the more easier ones, and more recently Wazhack was another uh, reasonably balanced roguelike game. And there are some that are just too dependent on the RNG, the random number generator, which kind of leaves you sort of in the dust and really reliant on just luck rather than player skill. But this game, it has the things that make it stand out. Heritage and challenges. These are your unlocks that many roguelike games have. The heritages will give you, if you learn a certain amount of, if you meet certain achievements, you will begin the game. You'll be able to choose to begin the game with various bonuses, like this one will be disease resistance, and this one it will start you off with a wizard staff, and different things give you different things. But they're all really hard to get. I put about 25 playthroughs in this game so far, and a little over 2 hours, if that helps you figure out how hard the game is. I have unlocked nothing. And I'll go into this a little bit later, but there's just a couple pages of the heritages, and then there's also challenges, which give you less benefits in the game. Things like visual upgrades and stuff like that, things that don't affect the actual gameplay. This another thing that makes it stand out is it's online, sort of. There's a chat room, and you log in to play, and there's no other people, but it would be pretty cool if there were. But you can talk to other people and get tips and stuff while playing. So we'll get back to the game. So this is the game right here. This is my character. You start off with 6 in each stat, which are down here, and you can allocate 4 points with a max of 2 more. I found that I've played around with a bunch of different things, but I found that I've gotten the furthest with 8 strength and 8 stamina bonus. The bonuses that you get are pretty potent, actually. Like, at your first level up, you'll get another point, and if you have 9 in a stat, that's actually a hell of a lot, and it gives you a lot of a bonus in regards to it. When it comes to gaining skills in this game, every 3 levels you get a new skill, and then you have to train it at these dummies here for warrior skills, or campfires will let you learn a bunch of other different types of skills, and there's various trainers that that will teach you different things depending on what you are going to do. This game is unrelenting. It really kind of, I almost want to say, is too hard. I'm dead. I got poisons, and I survived. I'm surprised. And the game will pretty much kill you right away, and it's not, a lot of it, almost all of it is not skill based. For instance, another thing that this game has is identification system, which every RPG has, but this one, you can't sell your trash items, and to identify it costs more money than you're gonna find for the most part in your entire run at the beginning. So you can't really sell anything. You just have to really hope that you're going to find 20 gold. You can sell your food to give you enough to identify one item or buy a crappy piece of equipment. But for the most part, you're going to be running through the entire game with unidentified equipment. You find scrolls and tomes. You can't use any of those. at all until you have literacy, which you don't get until you've unlocked it later. So this is the a kind of game that if you can manage to actually survive to a certain point and start unlocking um, heritages, you might actually have a chance. But for the most part, you're not going to be able to do that. As I said, I've played about 25 runs in a couple hours in this game, and I have a fair idea on how to play. But because it's so hard to unlock heritages and actually be able to play the game, it really makes it almost unplayable because of just how random the game is. I didn't equip that flail. Let me equip that. But yeah, so you find potions, which for the most part will poison you or kill you. You find scrolls that you can't use. You find tomes that you can't use. Even when identified, you can't use them. Playing as a warrior is almost the only thing you can do. Well, in most roguelikes, that's kind of your beginning class anyway, because it requires less knowledge of the actual game. But alright, it sounds like there's a demon nearby. But after you start learning a lot about the game, you learn what to do and what not to do, and you give yourself a little bit more of a chance, but you really are still reliant on the RNG, which unfortunately is a little too much. I'm gonna do dual wielding, and I will put this right here. That one's on, I think. Yeah, so as you see, I mean, this is a fairly decent run. Sometimes you find these dungeons that you come across, like the one I'm in here, that sometimes are filled with enemies that you can actually kill. Here's this guy. This guy will be a trainer, but you can't learn it if you've already learned your level 3 skill. Level 6 is when you can learn a new skill from that trainer. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, this is the game. You will come across a lot of traps that'll just instantly kill you. You'll come across some enemies that'll just instantly kill you. You think you're having a good run, kind of like I'm having right now, and all of a sudden you get 2-hit KO'd by something for seemingly no reason. Yeah, I'm gonna equip that axe. Where's that? And that helmet as well. I'm gonna have to say, this is probably one of the best runs I've had in this game so far. Equipment-wise and enemy-wise. Experience-wise as well. Which is good, I guess. I can show you this game. So, ranged, that's one thing I didn't talk about. And there's your 2-hit kill right there. And so you feel like you're getting well, and then you get a certain distance and you're instantly dead, and you don't have any heritage that you've unlocked. It only shows 10 games here, but I restarted with a new account, and I had other games there before that. Yeah, so here's back to character creation. If you manage to learn all the literacy, you can start with staff, or if you manage to learn those 4 skills, it's pretty much you have to be level 12, and the farthest I've ever gotten was 6. You can get this one at level 7, but it's pretty much, if you can manage to get this 7th talent, which is level 21, everything is identified. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is. I know there's a skill that does that. But yeah, so that's pretty much Rogue's Tale. It's an unrelenting roguelike that is fairly fun, but it's too hard, I'm going to say. The difficulty curve in this game, is too high. Some roguelikes, roguelikes are supposed to be super hard, but this one kills you too quick. You don't really get a chance to enjoy the game because you die way too fast. There's nothing you can do about it because of various things in the game that cause it that way, and it's really focused on just randomly on the random dice rolls, and it's like you could play a game of dice and have more luck getting a pair of 6s 5 times in a row than getting anywhere in this game. Would I recommend buying it? No, I wouldn't. If it's ever it's not that expensive, but there's a lot better roguelike games out there. For instance, WizHack, which I have on my thing, which will give you a lot more playtime. Or Dungeons Dreadmore, which is a little bit easier. I'd almost want to say that's not really a roguelike. It's more like just an RPG, but Rogue's Tale is another one that's a pretty good one. This one has potential, but it falls short because of just how it's balanced, unfortunately, because it's fun, except for the fact that you can't do anything. You keep getting killed based off of randomness rather than player skill. But anyway, if you want to buy the game, if it is something that you want to enjoy and you want to just get your ass kicked a bunch of times, there are some people who are doing really good in the game somehow. They got lucky and unlocked some stuff, and once you start unlocking things, you can actually play. But you have to get to that point, and I unfortunately wasn't able to. So if you want to buy the game, I'm going to link the game in the description. You can get it on Steam for pretty cheap. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Rogue's Tale, and this is Jason. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.